You know what's one thing I can't stand, ladies and gentlemen? I think the one thing I can't stand is these very cushy Silicon Valley development jobs, these companies that have these people that they just drink coffee in the morning. They don't really have that long of a work day. They sit there and they complain about how much it sucks to work. And meanwhile, they've been working on one of the biggest games that's about to be released in our known modern times. And they're complaining about having to go back to work. They're complaining about a return to office mandate that just recently hit Rockstar.
How you do that?
Imagine, guys, being a developer on Grand Theft Auto 6, okay? Grand Theft Auto 6. This game is going to sell like crazy. It's going to be one of the biggest games to ever be released in the last decade by far. And these people are so damn cushy. They are so damn comfortable. They are so damn scared. Well, actually, they're not really scared. They're just using it as an excuse to stay home in their pajamas. But they want to say that they're scared, and they think it's dangerous to go back and return to office because they think it's going to lead back to crunch and all that other stuff that they're scared of. So let's get back into this article, guys, from VGC. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into the YouTube algorithm. So it says Grand Theft Auto 6 devs hit out at Rockstar's reckless, keyword reckless, return to office mandate. Employees are worried that the move may be paving the way for a return to toxic crunch practices. Now, if you guys are aware of anything, the video game industry absolutely is plagued with crunch practices. I will not deny that. Naughty Dog is very famous for it. There's a lot of different organizations and development studios that are 100% pushing crunch on their employees. But there has to be a way to bring employees back without focusing on some sort of crunch mandate, right? Like if you have the ability for people to work from home and there's no crunch with that because they're working from home, surely you could follow the same schedule but make them return to office. A lot of these employees are being disingenuous. They're trying to find any reason and any excuse not to return back to the office. They don't want to go back to the office for a multitude of reasons. Let's be real. A lot of people love the fact that they can work on GTA 6 and help development of GTA 6 from home in their pajamas. That's really what they want. They don't have to want to worry about going back to work, traveling, paying for food, all that stuff. They don't want to worry about it. They're living very cushy right now, and they don't want to lose that. It says a number of Rockstar game developers have criticized the company for telling employees they must return to the office full-time in April. I'm surprised they weren't already doing this. I don't know why they still have people working remotely. That's absolutely stupid. That entire thing should have been done with a year ago or even more than that. It says earlier this week, Rockstar informed staff of plans to end its hybrid working policy for productivity and security reasons. Well, if they're doing it for productivity and security reasons, I got two examples of this, okay? So number one, productivity-wise, I can see that they're absolutely going to lose productivity. There's no way, and I promise you, and I've seen this personally myself, there is no way that you can keep someone as productive when they're working from home as you can when they're working in the office. That's just facts. There's no way. And number two, security reasons. Well, that's pretty obvious. The freaking trailer got leaked before it was supposed to actually go out. There's a massive security issue over at Rockstar, and I'm sure they're trying to figure out what it is. So they have two very valid reasons to bring people back to the office, and I'm just surprised they didn't do it faster. It says the move follows a number of high-profile Grand Theft Auto 6 leaks, which is what I just said, and Rockstar head of publishing, Jen Kolb, said the company found that there are tangible benefits from in-person work, Bloomberg reported. The decision has been heavily criticized by the Independent Workers Union of Great Britain and a number of its members who are Rockstar employees. They say the plan to withdraw remote working provisions from the majority of staff on April 15 represents the latest in a series of broken promises and that it could lead to the return of unhealthy working practices at the company. Last year, unionized Rockstar workers submitted a petition with 175 signatures calling for continued remote work options in response to a mandatory transition to a 3-day office week. Well, I mean, 175 signatures for a company that has thousands of employees really doesn't seem like a lot, to be honest with you. That's number one. Number two, if you have a union, if you're a unionized company, then shouldn't the union be fighting to advocate for these non-practices? Like, I'm sure the union can fight to try to make sure that you return to work in a safe manner or in a manner that's not crunch focused, right? They must be able to do that. Otherwise, why are you paying union dues? If they can't even do that, that just seems really worthless. It says, at the time, Rockstar reportedly stated in an employee-wide email, "This isn't our first step to a 5-day-a-week. No one wants to go back to the old way of working." An anonymous employee said, "Working from home has been a lifeline for many of us at Rockstar, allowing us to balance care responsibilities, manage disabilities, and relocate as we need. Now, Rockstar is snatching away that lifeline without a second thought for the workers who'll be impacted most. After so many broken promises, we now fear management may even be paving the way for a return to toxic crunch practices. Senior leadership need to rethink their reckless decision-making and engage with their staff to find an arrangement that works for everyone." They're not going to find an arrangement that works for everyone, ladies and gentlemen, because quite simply, you need to go back to work. That's just what it is. Like, imagine someone working a 9 to 5 and complaining to have to go back to work. Like, you have to work. These cushy-ass Silicon Valley jobs, these development jobs, you guys are so spoiled from the pandemic, it's ridiculous. You really are. Go back to work. Stop the nonsense. Now, if you're disabled, okay? If you're disabled, that is a totally different conversation. We could bring up that conversation later and have a true discussion about it, in my opinion. But if you're not disabled, if you're fully able to get your ass back to work, then there really is no reason for you not to, other than you just want to stay home. That's what it is. You want to stay home. You've gotten used to it, admittingly, and you're not going to want to go back to work. It's the same thing like when they had unemployment giving you so much money. You know how long it took for employers to be able to find quality employees? Even now, people still struggle because so many people got addicted and lazy and used to the $4,000 a month that they were getting from unemployment. It was absolutely insane amounts of money for a lot of people that didn't know what to do with it. And those people who were getting all that money, most of them are broke again because they just wasted it. So again, you have this issue where there is really going to be no balance. Either you're going to return to work or you're not. It says another Rockstar employee said, "As usual, there's been zero consultation with us. The people that these policies affect the most. Just one of the concerns is being forced to work late hours in the office to maintain contact with global teams when before we could log on from home to attend late meetings. This will mean missing out on spending time with our families." Oh, big fucking cry me a river. Cry me a river. You think a lot of people working most jobs right now are having a ton of family time? You really think that's a thing? There is so many jobs out there where family time gets sacrificed, and that's just what it is. It's work. It's not playtime. It's not vacation time. You're going to work. Like, you're trying to earn a living. If you don't want that, then you simply don't work. I mean, that's basically it. Or find a job that's going to give you everything that you're looking for, which, again, I don't know who's going to give that to you. Who's going to give you a remote job paying you probably over $100,000 a year just to sit at home and develop and do whatever you want and work when you want and clock in when you want? It makes no sense. I just don't get these people asking for this absolutely ridiculous notion. Like, you guys got spoiled. You really did. This is not the norm, and you want to make it the norm. That's the thing. You want to make it the norm to work from home. And listen, if anybody could work from home, I'm sure they would take advantage of it. But ultimately, I think it's ridiculous to think that a company is going to actually be okay with you working from home, being unmanaged the entire time you work. You could lie about anything working from home. I don't see it. It says, speaking on behalf of their colleagues, another worker said, "We, the staff, care greatly about the games we make, and our passion, skill, and talent should never be taken for granted by studio management. It is together through collaboration and a healthy work-life balance and a workplace culture that we continue making some of the most beloved and spectacular games in our industries." Ladies and gentlemen, man, these people who are working on Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto 6, they are the most comfortable people I've ever seen in my life. And chances are they're also the kind of people that are probably on Twitter talking about activism in some way, shape, or form, or they might go to a protest here and there talking about oppression. It's just that kind of Silicon Valley people, man. They're absolutely lazy, in my opinion, and maybe they're doing a lot of work from home, but they're definitely not doing nowhere near as much work as they could be in the office, even under the same amount of hours without crunch. I guarantee you, there's no way productivity is the same. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.
Then he kind of got a little angry. So I admit, I kind of got a little angry.